All right, let's talk about the difference between a movement along the demand curve and a movement of the demand curve, because it is an important distinction to make. So, to be very technical for a moment, if we say that demand for a product has increased, that means the entire curve has shifted to the right. In other words, at every price point here of $4, now there is a higher quantity demanded because the entire curve has shifted to the right. Now, what causes that demand curve to shift to the right? Those are what we call the non-price determinants. And those include the number of participants in the market, an individual's income level. So if people start making more money, demand for normal goods will increase, demand for inferior goods will decrease. Price and availability of substitutes, price and availability of complements, consumer tastes, and of course, consumer expectations. Those are your main non-price determinants, the things that move the demand curve to the right if it's an increase, and to the left. So what do we mean if we're saying that there's an increase in quantity demanded? Well, that's a movement along an individual demand curve. So let's take a look at a very simple point here. At this prevailing price point of $4 on demand curve 2, 300 units are being sold. Now, what could happen that causes the price to increase other than a shift in the demand curve itself? Well, we have two curves, so something has to happen in the supply curve. So let's think about there being a major shortage of coffee beans. Well, if there's a major shortage of coffee beans, that would cause the supply curve of coffee to shift to the left, meaning that where it intersects the demand curve is going to be at a higher point. So what you're going to have in this case is an actual movement along the demand curve to whatever the new price point will be at that point of intersection. Very minor difference in language, but a very important one. Okay?